Hi y'all, I'm Allison. I am currently doing the Magical Readathon, attending school at Orilium Academy, and we need to find out what's on my agenda for the day. Here's the calendar. My exam dates are coming up quick. Those are the days I have to have my book finished by. And here's my schedule for the day. So, my morning, I get to start out with Shapeshifting. This is the class I didn't go to last night because I was too tired. It was going on, I think, 12:30, and I decided, no, I was done. And it's such a good thing I did that because Finley woke me up this morning, 7 o'clock, and I was still exhausted. So I am so grateful that I didn't stay up and go to my last class. And I even gave up my extra reading time from my fate card. So I think that has to just go away. When I ended my last video, I wasn't sure how to handle that. And I think it's probably the fair way to do it is to just let those 30 minutes fade off into the distance. I will probably regret that later, but that's what I'm going to do. So before I grab my first book and run off to class, because guess what? I'm running late. I'm not going to have time for all my morning classes, but it is what it is. I was tired and I needed Diet Coke. Priorities, people. I had to get Diet Coke instead of getting to class on time. Let's find out what fate card was slid under Nasila's door this morning to see how my day is actually going to unfold. Got my little fate deck. By the way, I know I've been really bad with comments lately, but there's one I really meant to answer, and they were inquiring about the little mini books that I have on that shelf right there. These are gift card boxes. So they actually come with a little slot here, a little cardboard insert that comes out, and they're like mini storage boxes. I use them for all sorts of things. And they're at Barnes & Noble. They're right up at the register. So like little stickers and things like that. Been really handy. I think they're like $3 to $5 range. So if anybody else was curious about what those are, now you know. This was another gift card box, and my fate deck fits perfectly. Okay, yeah, I'm not trying to stall at all. So let's give up fate deck a little shuffle-rooney. Shuffle-rooney? I don't know. Okay, we're just going to go with this one right here and join a study group. Oh, this is awesome. Gain 1 hour for any class over the weekend. The weekend is not going to extend my day. This I need desperately, because I have skipped a lot of class. Even if we're not counting the first full week of school, I've missed a lot. So yes, the nice sister put that one under the door for her, because they're not all going to be evil. All right, I've got Shapeshifting. I think it's now at least 9:30. It's 9:50. I have 3 hours of morning classes to attend and 2 hours and 10 minutes in which to do it. I think some decisions are going to have to be made. I am not skipping Shapeshifting. Though. So I am going to go spend my full hour among the beasts and briars, and then I will be back and we'll see how I'm going to go from there. I better hurry. Okay, I'm back. I remembered to put on my eyeliner. I forgot earlier. So if you couldn't see my eyes before, voila, here they are. Thanks to black eyeliner. That's all I want to bother with. I am absolutely loving Shapeshifting class. And this book turned out to be perfect for it, but I'm not going to say why because I don't want to ruin anything. But I think this is going to end up being, if not my favorite class, one of the favorites, because I am just loving it. Loving every second of it. Really good banter. There's some flirty moments. There's a curse and a quest and magic system and, well, not necessarily a magic system, but there is magic. And it's just so much fun. I do not want to put it down, but I have to because the bell rang and now class is over. Oh, I get to read it tonight. I just looked at my schedule. Here it is. I get this late night. I get to end my day with it. And I am so sad that I decided to skip my class last night because this would have been worth staying up for. I could have been another hour into this book. But you know what? Decisions were made yesterday, and I probably made the right one because I would have just been a walking zombie today if I had stayed up till like 2 a.m. trying to finish all my classes. Okay, I don't have much time. In fact, yeah, to put it mildly, because as you can see from today's schedule, my next class is Animal Studies in the Courts of the Sun. Yay! Oh, okay. I was supposed to have 2 hours with this class, but I decided to skip the first hour and go to Shapeshifting instead, and I'm really glad I did because it is now 10:58. I only have an hour and 2 minutes left, so I'm going to attend half of the class. Teacher's probably going to really be mad at me. So I'm going to go back into this. Maybe my reading speed on it will pick up a little. And I was thinking about this one last night. This reads as an autobiography at this point. That's the tone of it. And I am like, 60 pages in or something like that. So, 2 hours in, and it's just, I don't know. It's a very cerebral book. I think very math and science. Well, not math, but game theory, strategy. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I don't have time to talk about it, especially because I don't know how to articulate what I want to say about it because I don't know what I think about it. So I'm going to go spend an hour in the Courts of the Sun, and maybe I'll have a better grasp on this book. We will see. Okay, bye. Okay, I survived my morning classes. So I only did 2 hours worth, but it is what it is. At least I did them all yesterday, even if I went to the wrong class. But, okay, in the Courts of the Sun, I actually kind of enjoyed it this time. The hour went really quickly, and I was expecting it to drag. While there's still quite a bit of it that's over my head, I am getting a little more caught up in the story. I am curious to see what's going to happen. So I don't think this is going to be a total fail for me. It's, again, the math of it kind of has me confused. It's about game theory or sacrifice game, I think it's called. And it's where they use games like chess, parcheesi, the game Go, it's got the little color tiles. Those kind of games, the more strategic games, I guess those are used ways to calculate odds or events that are going to happen, like applied to commodities, stock markets, things like that. And all of that stuff is just, I don't understand how playing a game can be interpreted for that. I guess it's something to do with odds. And again, that math is just over my head. I don't know, maybe if I read it like 3 times through, it might make a little bit more sense. But, I'm just kind of smiling and nodding when it gets to that portion of it and reading along for the rest of it because it is a sci-fi thriller. So the thriller part is starting to, it's not high action or anything like that, but things are starting to happen. It's no longer like the, basically a run through the main character's history and life up to the present day. Now events are starting to happen. So I am getting a little bit invested of it. There is a lot of, I don't know, maybe not a lot, but there is some kind of dry humor in there or some, some witty moments and everything that I do appreciate. So I don't think the book's going to be a total waste. And one of the reasons I really did want this to land on my TBR this time was because I knew with having the time blocking schedule, I'd be reading it in smaller doses. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to get through the books that I maybe am not as excited about as other books on my shelves, but have still been wanting to at least attempt. Which brings me to the afternoon. We've got to look here. I've only got one class, so I get 2 hours with the proper book for Apothecary Keeper, and this is the 10,000 Doors of January. I remember I was really excited for this book when I first bought it. I think it was back in 2021 when I shortly after starting YouTube. In fact, I have it. Yeah, bought it March 11th of 2021. So I've had this for over 3 years now. With each year, I have less and less interest in it. To now, it's kind of one of those, and it's like, I have no real curiosity or interest in this book anymore. So, it's a good thing that is on my schedule. Now I get to find out if I should have held on to it for 3 years. So either way, I will be making a decision about this book. And this will be my only class for the afternoon, which I have already said. So I am going to scope things out. I might go off to lunch and do that and then come back and start reading this one. And then I will be back with y'all and let you know how it goes. Hopefully I'll really get wrapped up in it and excited for it. But right now I'm kind of like, okay. It's a pretty cover. All right, I will see y'all after lunchtime. Bye. After the afternoon. Later. I'm out of here. I'm back and it's now like 9:30 at night. So this afternoon I did make it to my class and I had a double session with 10,000 Doors of January. Adding one more book to the list that I'm reading. I think I'm currently reading 8 books at once. I'm going to melt my brain. This has been a long week and it's only day 3. But, that's okay. That's what I signed up for, or Nasilla signed me up for. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this. It's kind of purpley prose, but I don't mind the lyrical writing in this one. It's compelling. It's keeping my interest and really good with imagery. It's a good time. And I'm already quite invested in it. I made pretty good progress on it. I'm already on page 85. So this was the book I was supposed to read yesterday morning. And I picked up, that was unexpected instead. Kind of fitting. So I get to read this one again tomorrow morning. I won't have to wait long to see what else is going to happen. It's a portal one. And the portal action has begun already, so that was really cool. And I have been to my first evening class as well. And that was dragon riding, so I got to spend more time with Aragon and Saphira. I just love this. It's just so much fun. And I forgot how good it actually was, so I'm glad to see that it is held up. Because I remember absolutely loving it the first few times that I read it. Anyway, my day is not over by any stretch of the imagination. I still have 2 more classes tonight. So the next one is Restoration. And this is adding another book. This is my first time for this class. So let me grab it. Okay, I'm excited. I forgot. I have a mystery. Murder by Invitation Only. This one is a retelling of A Murder is Announced by Agatha Christie. It's the Philadelphia Bright series, part 3. And our main character, Philadelphia, is the housekeeper, the head of the household staff for Agatha Christie herself. So I am really excited for this because all of my books seem to be on the slower pace of things. And I need something, I need a page turner because everything's kind of, just going along at a steady pace building everything up. So I need something that's just going to make the time fly by. Because these days are long. All right. I've got restoration and then one more class tonight after that. Back to Shapeshifting, which is Among the Beasts and Briars. I'm really enjoying that book. So the rest of my evening is going to be really good. But it's a lot of reading. I should calculate how many pages I'm doing today. I have no clue. I haven't entered anything into Storygraph. So I don't know how much progress I'm making. But I do I have an hour and a half? I have an hour and a half with this one. And it's short. So I am going to go read this. And then I will probably go to my shapeshifting class and come in and tell y'all good night before I turn in for the evening. We'll see how it plays out. All right, I'm going to go solve a mystery or have one set up for me and get into it a little bit and then have to put it down, which is going to just be so difficult. But that's what I signed up for. All right, I will see y'all after a while. All right, I'm back, and I did really enjoy my restoration class last night. That's right, it's now Thursday morning. I just couldn't turn on my camera again. So I made a really good progress on this, and loving every second of it. It was nice to have something a little more fast-paced and engaging without a whole bunch of setup, because this marks the 9th book that I'm currently reading. My brain is turning to mush. It's so mushy up here. In fact, I didn't finish this till midnight. I had an hour and a half with it last night. And as you can see, I was supposed to go to Shapeshifting after that one, which was not this book, my favorite book up to that point, Among the Beasts and Briars, but I skipped it. I didn't go again. That's 2 days in a row that I've missed this class. I'm going to be in trouble, and the teacher's going to hate me, because that's not an elective. This is one of my core classes, so I don't... Thankfully, I did get that study hall yesterday morning from the Fate deck, so this book might have to get it, because I'm behind 2 hours on it now, at least. But I had to. I was just so brain dead. And I knew Finley would get me up early, so I decided to call it and go to bed. Which brings us to now, because it is April 11th. My first week is almost over, and those exams are creeping up quick. I've missed quite a few classes, but yeah, you do what you got to do. Because not only am I trying to read all these books, but I'm also trying to keep up with videos. And I noticed last time, my channel went like dead while I was doing Orilium. I don't think I posted anything in April through the beginning of May, and I didn't read a single book in May because I was so busy editing. So this time I'm trying to keep up with both, and I don't know what I'm doing. But right now I am going to give y'all 2 days in one. We're just gonna keep rolling with this one, and let's look at Thursday's schedule. I have Apothecary Keeper, which is 10,000 Doors of January. So I'll be going back to a slower pace. I am enjoying this one. It's beautifully written. So I don't mind starting my morning with this. I've got an hour with it. And I'm going to need to be on track because it's already creeping up on 9:30. And I've got another hour and a half class that I have to get in before noon, so there is no time to waste. But before I can run off to class, we got to find out what fake card was slipped under Nasila's door this morning. And I haven't even had time to touch base with her to find out everything that's happened to her and how it's going for her and Fenris. So we'll have to do that soon, I hope. But for now, we just need to find the fate deck. I was going to say, hopefully I'll get something that gives me more time. But at this point, I don't know that I would be sad if I had to skip a class. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, are y'all ready? Lab accident in Alchemy Lab. Okay, wait. Today's class is canceled while room is decontaminated. I may have spoken too soon. Okay, Alchemy Lab. I think I'm supposed to roll a die to find out which class is canceled. I think that's what I do. So I regret I shouldn't have said that out loud, because while it was nice in theory, now it's like, no, I need all the time. Okay, let's look at our thing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes today. That works out perfect. I can roll a 6-sided die and find out which one is dropped. I can't. Oh, I'm in trouble. I don't know where my dice are. Figures, right? Okay, I can't find them, and I don't have time for this. We'll do the river rocks. Okay, I've got 1 through 6. Oh, I'm nervous. I think the first one would be the one I would be least upset about. Let's take this one. 6. No. That's Bog Cataloger. Okay, and actually on that, I had to swap that because I goofed earlier on, what day was it? I think, yeah, on Tuesday. So, because I was supposed to read. Well, that was unexpected. And I was supposed, okay, so I told you my brain's just mush. Okay, so I lose a Bog Cataloger, but really I'm losing Apothecary Keeper, because on Tuesday I accidentally read the wrong book for Apothecary Keeper because I took the Bog Cataloger class. I read, well, that was unexpected, and I was supposed to read 10,000 Doors of January. So I was going to correct that by flip-flopping them today and then be back on track. So I am losing my second hour today with Apothecary Keeper, the last class of the day, which actually probably works out okay, because the way it's been going, I've been skipping those, almost all of them. So I don't have to worry about that late night class. So that's probably a blessing in disguise. And I said I was okay with losing time with Apothecary Keeper, and that's essentially what I'm doing. I would have had 2 hours with it today. I forgot about that. But now I only have 1 hour, which is right now. So I got to run to class. And, yeah, get back on track. So I have to go read for an hour. And then I'll probably be back after my morning classes are over. Wish me luck. Hopefully I get to the right building, because I don't know what I'm doing. All right, bye. I am pleased to report I survived my morning classes with the brain intact. I might just make it through today after all. But despite that great news, I've discovered I don't like this book. It's official. This is my least favorite class, although there is In the Court of the Suns. We will see which one's going to win at the end. But I don't particularly care for this. It's not that it's a bad book or badly written or anything. I don't like the main character. I haven't connected with her. I don't like any of the characters. And I just could care less. It's not my type of book. And I think I knew that before I went into it. Back when I bought it, I was captivated by the cover. I do believe it's beautiful, and the thought of a book about books, but so far it's just not doing anything for me. And I am quite a ways into it. In fact, I am up to page 136. So I am going to finish reading it, obviously. Well, if my classes allow, but I am going to continue on with it. It's not that I'm hating it. It's just, this will be one that I will, I'm sure, completely forget about. So, because every time I reach the end of my class time, I'm like, yay, what's next? Because, nope. Which brings me to my other morning class today. I only had 2. And that was Restoration Philadelphia Bright. I love this. And unlike my first class, I was so disappointed when the bell rang and I had to put this one away. Because now I have to wait till tomorrow afternoon. It is so good. I don't even have a guess. Well, I take it back. I do have a guess on who the culprit is, who committed the murder, but I have a feeling I'm wrong. I think I'm just falling for a major red herring. So we'll find out. It's just so good. And I love it's definitely got the upstairs downstairs. It's definitely got the upstairs downstairs aspect from like Downton Abbey. Love that part. All right. I will see y'all after I finish my afternoon class, which I finally get to start holes. And that is for Sandship Engineer. So I will see you later. Bye. I'm back, obviously. And I don't know where I am. I'm trying to remember if I talked to y'all about my morning classes. I think I did, because I went to Restoration and read more of Murder by Invitation. Loving it. Okay, but I think we already talked about that today. So I went to my first Sandship Engineering class this afternoon, and it was holes. Absolutely love it. From what I remember of the movie, I don't think there's anything expanded on. I think this is almost a play-by-play of the movie. I'm 95% sure. I haven't seen the movie in a very long time. I looked up the cast about halfway through my class, and they look so young, especially Shia LaBeouf. And I forgot that the guy who plays, what was his name on Scrubs? No, on Psych. Sean and God, I love the show Psych. I'm gonna put a image up here. If you haven't seen that one, it's hilarious. They're like private eyes out in California. Gold, pure comedic gold. Love that show. Definitely worth binging. But don't forget to come back and watch my stuff. Okay, so anyway, loving holes, and I am flying through this book. Look how far I got in just 2 hours. This is a middle grade, and I think I'm already on page, 184. I get to go back to this class tonight for another 2 hours, so I bet I'm actually going to knock this out today, which, how awesome would that be to actually get some study hall time already on my schedule? We'll see. I haven't done it yet, but before I can get back to it, I get to go back to Conjuration. I haven't been able to pick up this book since Monday. So this is the YA retelling of King Arthur at a high school setting. So I'm going to dive back into this. I have an hour with it. Hopefully I'll remember where I'm at. Shouldn't be too difficult. This is a reread for me, but it has been a very long time. I probably read it shortly after it came out. I would bet 2009, 2010, 2006, even earlier. I probably got it around 2009 or so, half price. All right, so I'm going to go attend this class, and then I'll probably make dinner and then get back into holes. And my evening class, my late one, was canceled thanks to the explosion in the alchemy lab. Rumor has it going around school that there may have been a little white wolf seen fleeing from the scene of the explosion. We don't have any confirmation on that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he answered to the name of Fenris, if he wasn't involved in that somehow, but we will have to wait and find out later. All right, I'm going to run off to my Conjuration class, spend some time with King Arthur, and I will be back. Hello once again. I'm back, obviously, and you'll never believe it, but I finished holes. I actually finished my first book. I am stunned and thrilled and excited. So this is what happens when you get 4 hours in one day with a book. And it's a quick-paced middle grade. Really enjoyed this. Didn't vary much from the movie at all, at least from what I remember of it. And I had so much fun. Plus, it was really nice to have a quick, easier read after, some of the other books that are on the list. So, such a good time. Now, I do still have to register it with G, and I have to do my review on Goodreads and Storygraph to get full credit for this book. But as of right now, I finished the book, which means that if you look at my calendar, I get to change both the Sandship Engineer class times to a study hall, and they will stay there until it's past time for the Sandship exam, which is not until 2 weeks from tomorrow. This is going to be awesome. So I finished this way early. It didn't even take, I think I probably used maybe 45 minutes in my second block, 2-hour block. This was a really quick read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and split that time block into 2, and I'm going to allow myself an hour of study hall for tonight because it's only like 10:30. I am actually feeling quite rested, and I think since I didn't even use half of the time block, I think this is a fair thing to do. So I get 1 hour of study hall. I do lose the Bog Cataloger class later on the day, thanks to the fake deck that we pulled earlier this morning. And that was actually supposed to be Apothecary Keeper because I screwed up earlier in the week, but it doesn't matter because that class is gone. So I am not using my study hall to read the Apothecary Keeper book because then it's like the fake deck didn't have any impact at all. And I don't think that would be fair. So what I'm going to do is read In the Courts of the Sun for an hour. It's not going to have a dramatic impact on this, but every little bit will help. And I don't think this one will leave me with a cliffhanger to where I can't fall asleep tonight. I am really hoping to get in bed early. I mean, it may be only 11:30, but I will take every little bit I get. So I'm going to go read this for an hour, and then I'm going to call it a night. So I think what we're going to do is call this one here. It's been a crazy couple of days, and thankfully my brain has recovered a little bit from yesterday. Today's books were much easier to get through. They were on the lighter, quicker, fast-paced side of things, and it was a really good reading day. So now I'm going to kind of run over this one. Makes that sound like I hate this book. We're just going to say I don't necessarily love it at this point. The jury's still out. We will find out. Anyway, I will be starting another video in the morning, which means that you will see one day after tomorrow if all goes well. All right. Bye. Can you believe I finished one?